Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a Portland Trail Blazers rebuild, trying to get Damian Lillard some much needed help, because for the last like 10 years, this man has single-handedly been carrying this team day in and day out. And taking a look at the record for this team, they are 21-22 on the year, sitting 9th in the conference. And taking a look at the roster that they got, they definitely need a second superstar here in Portland. That's, I think, what they've been missing throughout like the last couple years, is just someone to pair up with Damian Lillard, somebody who's not just an all-star level talent, but also somebody who is a superstar talent. And I mean, they do have a pretty good team. They have solid players, but they are missing that second superstar. And one other thing that I would like to add to this team is definitely going to be some height. Like Anthony Simons as a shooting guard, he's only 6'3". Josh Hart as a small forward is only 6'4". Who else? Nasir Little as a power forward, he is only 6'5". So definitely going into this video, we need to add two things. It's going to be another superstar and some length. And taking a look at the players on the roster, Damian Lillard definitely would like to win a championship for him, because he has been doing the most for this team. It's only right that we win a championship with him in Portland. Jerami Grant is somebody I think I would like to keep around. Definitely, he is a really efficient player, except for the free throw, but he could hit it at 79%. But he is a really good player. And then the only thing I wish he would do more is probably grab more rebounds as a power forward. But we're gonna go ahead and we probably will roll with him for the rest of the video, unless I could try to package him in a trade, but I would like to keep him here. Anthony Simons is definitely someone I think might get traded, just because he is a hell of a player, no doubt, but at 6'3", I don't really think he's gonna be our shooting guard answer. I think he might get packaged for a player that will be our superstar. And yeah, I just don't see him in Portland, just because he is 6'3" as a shooting guard. He's pretty much like another CJ McCollum. Definitely a good player, just too small to play the shooting guard. Nurkic, I think I'd like to keep him for a round for the video, unless I could try to find maybe an upgrade for him. But other than that, I think he probably will be staying. Josh Hart, somebody that I would also like to re-sign. As 6'4" small forward, he is averaging 8 rebounds a night. That is crazy. That's more than the power forward Jerami Grant. But I would definitely like to keep him around. He is a good player. Eubanks, I don't think I'm gonna want him around. I think I might look to try to get a better backup center. Gary Payton, a backup point guard, I think he should be fine. He is shooting really good right now, but obviously the year just started, or at least the year just started for him, because I think he was injured for a couple games, right? Yeah, he's only played 5 games, but definitely would like to keep him around as a backup point guard. Nasir Little is somebody I think I'm gonna move, unless he could try to be like a 10 to 12 point score a night, and he could do it efficiently. But if he can't after year number 1, I might look to trade him and see what I could get. Watford probably not going to be around for long. Same thing. Oh, actually no, Shannon Sharp, definitely would like to build around him as well. He is 19 years old. He was the 7th pick in the 2022 draft, so I would definitely like to try to see how he develops. I see he develops really nice in some of these games and some of these sims, so I would definitely like to develop him and see what he could be. Justice Winslow probably won't be back. Greg Brown, same thing, and the rest for these two guys. So taking a look at what I want to do for the team, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be looking for trades. I'm gonna go ahead, probably use Anthony Simons as trade bait, and I'm gonna go ahead and look around for trades and see who I could get to pair up with Damian Lillard in Portland. All right, the first move that I'm gonna be making is bringing in DeMarcus Cousins on a 1-year deal. All right, so I couldn't really find any trades that I like or made sense, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and simulate season number 1 and then just wait till the offseason and try to make a trade. So for the rest of season number 1, this is what the lineup's gonna be looking like. We got Lillard, Simons, Hart, Grant, and Nurkic. Off the bench, we got Little, Payton, Sharp, and then Cousins. And taking a look at the system proficiency for this team, it is gonna go ahead and be 4 stars unless anything is better. So we are gonna be perimeter centric. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for this team, Damian Lillard could definitely go up to about a 95. Jerami Grant could stay at a 75. Simmons could stay at a 75. Nurkic could stay at a 70. Josh Hart could go up a little bit to a 65. Eubanks isn't going to be playing for us. Gary Payton can definitely go up to about a 60. Nasir Little could definitely go up to about a 65. And then Cousins can go down a little bit to a 75. And then Shannon Sharp can go up to about a 70. So gonna go ahead and be simulating the rest of season number 1. I'm hoping we make it as a playoff team and we don't have to go into the play-in tournament. So I'm gonna go ahead and simulate season number 1, and I will catch you guys at the end. All right, so after season number 1, let's see where we finished on the year. Did we make the playoffs? And surprisingly, we did not. We went 40 and 42 and we finished as the 11th seed, barely missing out on the play-in tournament. But the other 3 teams ahead of us had the same exact record as us. Okay, so I actually thought, like, worst case scenario, we would have been a play-in tournament team, but we missed the playoffs completely. And taking a look at the player stats for the year, Damian Lillard with about 27 points and about 7 rebounds. Simons with about 20 points. Grant with about 19 points. Nurkic with about 13 and 10. Hart with about 10 and 7.5 boards. Shannon Sharp with about 9 points a night. Was he efficient? Okay, not the worst, but not the best. Nasir Little with about 9 points. Was he efficient? Kinda same thing. Gary Payne with about 8.5 and 4 rebounds, and then DeMarcus Cousins with about 6.5 and 6 boards off the bench. So going into next season, there's definitely going to be some trades. I think this is going to be the last time Damian Lillard misses the playoffs in his career, because we are going to go ahead and we're going to be trading for another superstar to pair up with Lillard. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys when I make the trade and see who I get and who I bring into Portland. All right, so we're here at the NBA draft. We do have, I believe, the 13th overall pick. And let's see who we can bring into this team. I think I might want to look to bring in like a power forward, maybe a center. But I also think since I am going to be doing some trades, I might just take the best player available. So Jarvis Walker is going to be the player that we take. All right, so I think this is going to be the big trade that I make. We're going to be sending Simons, Walker, Payton, Watford, and a first-round pick to Washington for Bradley Beal. Please tell me they accept this trade. And they do. So just like that, we have brought in a second superstar to pair up with Damian Lillard. Welcome Bradley Beal to Portland. All right, and for the last trade that I'm going to be making before the season starts, we're going to be sending Johnson, Brown, and Eubanks to the Rockets for Garuba. All right, so for season number 2, this is what the new and improved lineup is going to be looking like. We got Lillard, Beal, Hart, Grant, and Nurkic. Off the bench, we got Sharp, Garuba, Little, and DiVincenzo. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, it is 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for the players, Damian Lillard could stay at a 95, Beal could stay at a 90, Grant could stay at a 75, he could stay there, he could stay there. 65, Little could go up a little bit to a 70, Garuba could stay at a 55, and then DiVincenzo could stay at a 60. So I'm excited to start this season because we have now paired up Damian Lillard with another superstar. I'm hoping we finish maybe as the 3rd or 4th seed in the West. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate season number 2, and I will catch you guys at the end. All right, so at the end of season number 2, Luka winning MVP, Victor winning Rookie of the Year, Ricky Rubio winning 6th Man of the Year. I never really see that. Giannis winning Depoy, Davion Mitchell winning Most Improved, and then Joe Mazzulla winning Coach of the Year. Does anybody get on an all-NBA team? And surprisingly, nobody made it. What about an all-defensive team? I don't think anybody makes it. No, so nobody made it. But taking a look at where we finished, and we ended up going the number 1 seed. So we had the best record, or tied for the best record in the West. We go 53 and 29, good enough for first in the West. And then taking a look at the player stats, Lillard with about 23.5 points and 8 assists. Bradley Beal with about 20 points and 5 assists, and then Grant with about 16. Sharp with about 15 points, taking that big leap. Okay, shooting, oh, he shot really well, 53% and about 40% from deep. Josh Hart with about 11 points and 7 rebounds with 4 assists, and then Nurkic with about 10 and 10, and Little with about 10. DiVincenzo with about 7, and then Garuba with about 7. Was Nasir Little efficient? Okay, so he actually was pretty efficient. He did improve his shooting. So Bradley Beal, I'm surprised, only averaged about 20. I thought maybe around 23, 24, and I thought Lillard would have maybe averaged around like 26, 27. But I will definitely take it because we are the number 1 seed. And seeing who we are facing in round number 1, we are facing the rivals Golden State Warriors. They got Steph Curry, Jordan Poole. Did they add anybody else? Not really. They added this guy, and then they added a bunch of role players. But taking them on in round number 1, definitely going to be scary. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be adjusting the minutes rotations just a little bit. So DiVincenzo could get a little bit less. Same thing with Nasir Little. And we could go ahead and give a little bit more to Lillard and Beal. Hart could get 1 more, and then Nurkic could get 1 more. So we're going to be simulating round number 1. Hopefully it's not an issue. We go up. Ooh, and just like that, we were down 3-1 and we came back. I don't know why 2K likes to scare me like that. So we ended up going down 3-1. So game number 1, we ended up winning by 6 points. Beal with 30, and then Sharp with 28. Game number 2, Lillard with 27 and Hart with 25 as we get blown out. Game number 3, we ended up losing by 9 points. Lillard with 30 and Grant with 23. Game number 4, we ended up losing by 3 points. Grant with 24 and then Nurkic with 22. And then game number 5, we ended up blowing them out as Lillard scored 34 and Beal with 28. Game number 6, we ended up winning with Lillard scoring 26 and then Sharp with 18. And then game number 7, we won by 12 with Lillard scoring 35 and Bradley Beal with 21. Oh man, that was actually kind of nervous because I did not want to lose in the first round. Taking on the Utah Jazz in round number 2. They added James Harden to the team. What is his numbers looking like? Okay, so he's actually going off. He is back to the old Harden, averaging 27 points for the regular season. That's the old Harden we all know and love. So taking a look at the rest of the team, they added Nance Jr. and that's pretty much about it. They added a bunch of role players as well. So simulating round number 2, I'm hoping we could win. And just like that, we win in 6. Moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Game number 1, we ended up losing. Beal with 29 and Grant with 17. Game number 2, we ended up losing as well. Damian Lillard with 22 and then Grant with 18. Game number 3, we ended up winning as Beal dropped 36 and Nurkic with 23 and 9. Game number 4, we ended up winning as well. Beal with Damian Lillard with 36 and 12, and then Bradley Beal with 31 and 8. Game number 5, we ended up winning as well. Lillard with 37 and 9 assists, and then Grant with 27. And then game number 6, we ended up winning. Beal with 32 and Damian Lillard with 30 and 12. Taking on the Dallas Mavericks. They are the 7th seed. I'm hoping we don't lose to this team. Come on. But they do got Luka, and you already know Luka and 2K, they love each other so much. But they did add Osman. They added Tate. Who else did they add? They added... that's pretty much about it. They added Azubuike. I think he was from the Jazz, right? Yeah, he was from the Jazz. So not really the best team. They didn't really add anybody else, but Luka is Luka, so he will do Luka things. So simulating game number 1, we end up winning by 9 points. Game number 2, we end up losing by 3 points. Come on. Game number 3, we end up losing by 4. Come on. Game number 5, we end up winning, tying the series up. Game number 5, we end up losing. Okay. Come on. Game number 6, we are on the road. We got to do it with Simcast. You already know. So good first quarter. All right, second quarter. Not the best third quarter as we are down by 6. Come on. We need a big comeback. We're only down by 4. Come on. We need this comeback. We need this comeback. And just like that, we end up losing in the Western Conference Finals to a 7th-seeded Mavericks team. Come on. And they get swept. We would have put up a better fight in the finals, but... okay, so we were so close to making to the NBA Finals. We should have. We came back down from 3-1 in round number 1, and then we beat Utah, and then we lost to a 7th-seeded Mavericks team. But Luka is Luka, so he will do Luka things. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be running it back with the same exact team for season number 3. And if I make any moves, I will see you guys then. All right, so for the final season in Portland, this is what the lineup's going to be looking like. It's pretty much the same exact thing. Lillard, Beal, Hart, Grant, Nurkic, Sharp, Little, Garuba, and DiVincenzo. And taking a look at system proficiency for this team, is anything better than 3.5? No, so we will go ahead and stay with 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for the final season, Sharp could go up to an 80, Grant could go up to a 75, Nurkic could go up to a 65, Little could go up to a 70, Garuba could go up to a 55, and then Josh Hart and DiVincenzo could stay at a 60, and he could go to 65. So for the final season, I'm hoping we could go ahead and make it to the NBA Finals. I don't care what seed we finish. I just want to go to the NBA Finals and win a championship. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 3. All right, so at the end of season number 3, do we get anybody on an All-NBA team? And surprisingly, we do not. So nobody makes the All-NBA team. What about defensive team? I highly doubt it. And yeah, nobody makes it. So taking a look at where we finished on the year, we ended up going 43-39. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, so we go as a play-in tournament team. We are the 7th seed, and taking a look at who we are facing the Los Angeles Lakers, who brought back D'Angelo Russell. They brought in DeJounte Murray, Jaden McDaniels, Jared Vanderbilt. Damn, they pretty much brought in everybody. Drew Holiday, Kyle Anderson. Yeah, they just brought in everybody. And taking a look at the player stats for the year, we had Damian Lillard with 22 points and 7 assists, Bradley Beal with 21 and 5 assists, Shannon Sharp with about 14.5 points, Grant with about 14, Hart with about 11.5 and 7 boards, Little with about 11, and then Nurkic with 10 and 10, DiVincenzo with 7 and 3.5, and then Garuba with about 7 and 8 off the bench. I don't know. Maybe we need more shooting. Maybe I need to up the shot tendency. So real quick before we do go ahead and get into that, we could go Shaedon Sharpe could go up to about an 80. Grant can go up to about, should I bring him at an 80? Okay, we're gonna do 80. Nurkic could go up to about a 70. I don't know if this is gonna work. And then yeah, we could just keep it like that. Maybe bring up DiVincenzo a little bit to a 65. And yeah, taking a look at the coaching minutes, whatever you want to call it, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be adjusting pretty hard. So DiVincenzo could get about 12. Little could go down to about 18. He could get a little bit more. He could get a little bit more. And then Lillard and Beal could get 34 each. So simulating game, or we're just going to go ahead and simulate the play-in tournament. I hope we make it. I hope this season wasn't a bust. And we are the 8th seed, so how funny. We are now at the bottom when last year we were at the top. And we are facing the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm hoping we could get our revenge as they added Obi Toppin, Jalen Duren. Who else did they add? Lonnie Walker, Dosunmu, Olynyk. Okay, so they did add a bunch of new people. So taking on the Dallas Mavericks in round number one, we will be simulating the year, and please tell me we win. And no, just like that, we end up losing in the first round, just like that. Okay, game number one, Luka Doncic with a 40-point triple-double as we lose. Lillard with 36, Grant with 15. Bradley Beal only scored 11 points. That's not the superstar we needed on this team. Game number two, we ended up getting blown out once again. Lillard with 24. Bradley Beal had 8 points. 8 points. 8. Game number three, we ended up winning. How much did Beal score? Okay, he redeemed himself with 34 points. Lillard with 26 at 14. Game number four, we ended up losing. Beal with 29, Sharpe with 18. And then game number five, we ended up losing as Lillard drops 32 and Beal with 21. We should have won it last year. That's all I'm going to say. But Portland definitely needs to try and see if they could get Bradley Beal, because I think Bradley Beal might want out of Washington already. He wants to win. Damian Lillard wants to win. I think this would actually be a really fun pairing in real life. But then again, you got to think about it. Shannon Sharpe is on the rise. If he could develop like this in real life, then I don't really think they need a shooting guard. Maybe they should go after a wing. I don't really know who comes to mind right now as a good wing, or maybe try to get a better center. But definitely they need to go ahead and try to get a second star in Portland for Damian Lillard, because Damian Lillard has been doing the most for that franchise like for the last 10-11 years. So anyways, guys, that's gonna go ahead and that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to go ahead and drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe. Peace.